Imagine, one day, you're outside with your siblings, running around, having the time of your life. Flying kites, playing soccer, until one day you become sick and you don't know what's going on. You're not getting better, so your parents decide to take you to the doctor. That day, you discover the worst news of your life. You have been diagnosed with pediatric cancer. Luckily for you, there's something that anyone and everyone can get involved with, and that is raising awareness and funding for pediatric cancer. Hi, my name is Haley Harrington, and the organization that I had chose was Triumph Over Kid Cancer. I have currently worked with TOKC for a year and a half and have been able to know and experience firsthand on what a difference this organization has made. Some main topics that we will be going over are the Triumph Over Kid Cancer history, the research partners that they partner with, and of course the awareness that they bring toward pediatric cancer. Please make sure to hold all questions until the end. Triumph Over Kid Cancer was founded by James A. Reagan and Mechlin Reagan, siblings of Gloria and Jim Reagan. Unfortunately, James A. Reagan was diagnosed with osteosarcoma in 2007 on his trip to Europe. When coming back to America, he decided that he wasn't going to give up the sports that he loved or his friends or his family and decided to work with them and the community to help raise awareness and funding for pediatric cancer. He believed that no child should have to go through pediatric cancer the way that he was going through. With that being said, in 2007, he had hosted his first toga event for his 13th birthday. This event was a major hit. Many people came out from the community and were able to donate fundings for pediatric cancer. Ever since then, they have had 14 annual toga events along with 13 annual golf tournaments that were able to help raise funding for pediatric cancer. Now, where does this funding go that they have raised from these events? Well, good question. The amount of money raised have gone toward projects that are included for MDA, Texas Children's Hospital, and Ochsner's. The research partners that they pair with have been able and generously donated dollar for every dollar that is donated that they match. With that being said, for MD Anderson, over $2 million have been donated for pediatric cancer research, and 3 new drug trials have been established. For Texas Children's Hospital, they are working on their 2nd annual drug treatment, along with Ochsner's Hospital, which has been able to be donated a pediatric cancer balcony for patients who are in the facility. The pediatric cancer balcony allows children to be able to play and experience their young lives, which has been generously donated and matched by Triumph Over Kid Cancer. With that being said, there is still a lot of funding that is needed to be done for pediatric cancer. Unfortunately, only 4% of federal research funding goes toward funding for pediatric cancer, and yet 1 out of 5 children will not survive pediatric cancer. You look around the classroom and you will say, which one of us wouldn't survive? We can always improve the chances of survival rate, and that can be done through awareness. For TOKC, their awareness has been spread out throughout the years, from events in New Orleans, such as the Big Easy, which is the main event in New Orleans, which allows people from all across the country to come and enjoy the gala. Here at the gala, they were able to receive food, alcohol beverages, and participate in raffles. If they weren't participating in raffles, they were dancing the night away, so that way they could dance pediatric cancer away. And yes, these events do cost money. However, they do get a lot of sponsors and event coordinators to make sure that the cost is produced at the lowest point possible. Here in Corpus Christi, they had many events such as the golf tournament, the toga events, the VIP parties, and of course, none other than the tennis tournaments that is hosted by the high school programs. Now, it's not only stuff that they do here in Corpus Christi or New Orleans, but they do stuff in Houston as well. With the research partners that they do have, such as MD Anderson and Texas Children's Hospital, they take their high school programs, middle school programs, and universities to these facilities to be able to actually experience one-on-one what these children are going through. Volunteers are able to go to these facilities and help participate in things such as workshops, such as the Christmas workshop that was done previously before COVID. Volunteers were able to travel up to MD Anderson and Texas Children's Hospital and participate with the students to create elves pictures, drawings, take photos with them, and make sure that they're enjoying their time and making sure that the families are having a good Christmas. When dealing with pediatric cancer, you're not only dealing with the patient, but you're dealing with the family as well, because many families go through it together. The parents face hardships such as financial responsibility and struggling to deal with stress. Luckily, Triumph Over Kid Cancer helps with everything possible, trying to make sure the best efforts go toward funding for pediatric cancer. With that being said, if families do not have enough money for food, for travel, for hotel expenses, Triumph Over Kid Cancer has been generously donating these needs. Sometimes at these events, you will see some celebrities, which causes a lot of people to want to join these events, such as Scottie Scheffler, who's a PGA pro, on his way to stardom. Scottie Scheffler was actually friends with James A. Reagan at the University of Rice and was former teammates of him. Also, Thomas Morstead, kicker from the New Orleans Saints, participates in these events and shows their faces. These celebrities are able to come and enjoy their time with helping fund for pediatric cancer. Now, with that being said, who volunteers at these tournaments and these big events? Well, none other than the Do That One Thing program, which is a student organization that TOKC has created. Do That One Thing program allows students to participate and volunteer at these events to help raise awareness and funding for pediatric cancer. Students who volunteer receive hours and credits toward their community service hours and will get an orange cord at their graduation. Many of these students will then go from high school to universities and bring this program to the universities to continue spreading awareness for pediatric cancer. This is one of the major events on how TOKC can and will be discovered nationwide. Well, with that being said, I do believe Triumph Over Kid Cancer is a great organization to work for due to the fact that they're not only raising funding for pediatric cancer, but awareness for pediatric cancer. Pediatric cancer is not only something important to just the children, but it's important to everyone, because if we don't save our children, then what is there? Our children are our future. I hope discussing what has happened today with Triumph Over Kid Cancer through the history, the research partners, and of course the awareness that they provide for pediatric cancer allows you to discover why it's so important to get involved. With that being said, I hope that you take away from this that there's more to life than just living every day. It's to help outreach and help make a difference in the world. Any questions? Thank you.